A lot of people like to bring up UN resolutions, which have frequently, over the course of decades, accused Israel of genociding the refugees whose population continues to increase. However, the most recent thing demanding that Israel accept a ceasefire, the reason why the US vetoed it and Canada didn't, you make me disgusted and ashamed, Canada. Nothing about the hostages. Absolutely nothing. Israel, capitulate. Israel, please give some more land, more people, more blood to the colonizers, but you don't get your hostages back. The hostages, the Red Cross have not seen once. They blame the Hamas. Now, they went to Israel and demanded to see the prisoners in Israel, okay, to make sure they were being treated all right. And you never really heard any more about that, did you? Because they're being treated all right. I'm not going to say that a prison in Israel is perfect. I'm not going to say Israel is perfect. I'm not that stupid. But a prison is a prison, and it's never going to be pleasant. However, hostages held in tunnels, moved around, beaten, raped, all the fun stuff, losing arms, bodies just showing up when with instructions to the Hamas from upper echelons that if you hear the IDF, you kill the hostage that are near you. They don't get the hostages back, is essentially what the Hamas is saying. So, having failed to just force Israel into a ceasefire, the way they've been trying to do for over a year, now we have The Hague issuing warrants for Netanyahu and other members of the Israeli government for potential war crimes, the non-existent Gaza genocide, where the population has risen, whereas a genocide requires at least a quarter of the population to go. And again, I will point out, isn't it fascinating how the population has gone up almost exactly the same amount as Hamas claims the number have died. Nonetheless, now there are no arrest warrants out for Hamas leaders or Hezbollah leaders. No, just Israel's. What is the ratio of combatant to civilian deaths usually? Well, the UN will allow anywhere up between 75 and 90% of the deaths to be civilians, and that's perfectly acceptable. Israel, on the other hand, as of January 2023-24, and I'm sorry you can't really see this very well, but they've managed to make it basically a 1-to-1. So for every civilian that has died, every Palestinian, a combatant has died. Bearing in mind that if you take your numbers from a terrorist organization, they won't be true. I know this is going to have to be broken up on a couple of platforms, and I do apologize for that. However, I do need for all of you to understand, and I could keep putting up news clips. Feel free. Pretty much all of the search engines are free services. Israel has been put in the position of having to do an absolutely new type of urban warfare. Basically the type of urban warfare you've seen in Hollywood films, but never really happened in real life. Israel's having to deal with it in real life, not to mention the tunnel systems that is bigger than the London Underground. And we also have to worry about the fact that certain words that were used in conjunction of what was done to the Jews are now being overused to minimize their meanings, much like claiming there is a genocide in Palestine when there's no proof of it, to minimize the fact that continually, basically about every 80, 90 years, the rest of the globe tries to commit genocide against Jews. Previously, it was Christians, for the most part. But Islam was there. But right now, Islam is going all gung-ho. And while the opening paragraph of The Haunting of Hill House is considered to be just about the most perfect paragraph written, and it is, this is by Terry Pratchett, and you need to understand what's being said here, because this has got a point. Elves are wonderful. They provoke wonder. Elves are marvelous. They cause marvels. Elves are fantastic. They create fantasies. Elves are glamorous. They project glamour. Elves are enchanting. They weave enchantment. Elves are terrific. They beget terror. The thing about words is that meanings can twist just like a snake. And if you want to find the snakes, look for them behind the words that have changed their meanings. No one said elves were nice. I'm really trusting that the bulk of you have enough intelligence to understand the point I'm making.